the advice that I always give to young drivers and car drivers is that they have to have fun. You know, I see many karting kids that they enjoy driving, but this is more the excitement of the parents, you know, and how much pressure they have, and how much the father likes that race, and how much pressure they put in the kid, and at the end of the day you start having no fun because you see your father not happy, you see your father asking another different thing that you didn't make it on that race. So that's the worst thing that can happen, you know. So first of all, this is a sport that you need to have fun. If the results are coming, if you are competitive, it will come because you have the talent and because it was your moment, not because you push an extra 5% to a kid, you know, that is just there enjoying. So number one rule, enjoy what you do. I think karting is the best school of everything, of all the categories. I think you have the pure racing when you drive cars. Especially when you drive cars with low grip or in wet conditions or something like that. I think your skills develop much quicker. I think the racing, the close racing in karting helped me when I went to single seaters, because normally in karting you have a lot of contact, you have a lot of overtaking maneuvers, and those kind of strategy and defensive moves and things like that were very useful in single seaters and in all my career. High-speed corners is the pure adrenaline for a racing driver. I think the slow-speed corners is something that it's not that we don't like, but in a way is the easiest thing. You brake as late as possible, you turn in and you go on throttle as soon as possible. But on the high-speed corners is where the skills are demanding there, and you need to trust the car, you need to trust your machine, you need to commit to the corner, you have to have no fear. You have to sometimes even close one eye and go on throttle. I used to say that I normally race with dark visor because less you see, faster you are. It depends which driver you are overtaking and which line they are taking into the corner. So it's good strategy always to wait 2 or 3 laps and understand what is the lines that they are using, and after that commit to your line. Sometimes it's on the outside, but you have more room to brake later, you have more room to have more space on the track, but you need to judge also the grip on the outside, that there is no marbles, there are no other things that maybe interfere with the maneuvers. Sometimes you try to confuse the guy in front, taking the slipstream, go on the inside or the outside, and then suddenly change on the other side and then just commit to that line. Sometimes you need to get lucky, because if the guy in front of you didn't understand that maneuver, maybe you touch each other and it's the end of the race for both. I think the stars requires a calm approach, even if it sounds the opposite, but you need to be very calm. The stars requires a very precise movement on the throttle, on the clutch position, on the temperature on the tires, how you warm up the tires before stopping the car on the grid, and then on those moments you need to be exactly on the point, and very precise with all the movements you do. So if you are calm, maybe you reach those perfect positions. If you are a little bit overexcited, if you have too much pressure that race, if there are external factors that are affecting you in that moment, normally you are not 100% precise and the start is a little bit worse. So if I was good at the starts, normally in my career, is because I try to be as calm as possible in that moment. We use simulation and simulator for practice and to develop the car also with the engineers, but for a driver point of view, practicing the starts, memorizing these movements, get all the automatins that you need to use on the car, is part of our training, and more you use, better you get. The engineering era that we are living now, where everything is dictated by the simulation, by the computers, by everything, is good, is helping the performance, is helping maximizing these machines, but at the end of the day you need to trust the human behind the steering wheel. I remember a couple of years ago in a F1 race that the engineer kept telling me that it was not raining, you know, if we will stay out another 5 laps, and I was in the radio screaming, it's raining, you know, I cannot keep the car on the track, it's raining, I see the drop of rain. And they were saying, no, the computer is saying that it will rain in 7 minutes. And I said, no, put the hand out of the pit wall and you will see that it's raining, you know, and I need to stop now. So definitely, you know, technology, it helps, but there is always, you know, the human behind the steering wheel, and the driver will be always the most important part.